Daniel Harper had reached his breaking point. A widowed father of 7-year-old triplets, Daniel worked as a late-night maintenance supervisor at Harlow Global Industries, one of the largest tech companies in the city. The company was led by the powerful and intimidating CEO, Victoria Harlow, a billionaire known for her icy boardroom presence and impossible standards. Daniel had tried his best to balance work and fatherhood, but it was exhausting. His savings were nearly gone. The babysitter had quit. And that night, after receiving another warning from HR about performance consistency, he made up his mind. He was going to resign. With no one to watch his children, Daniel had no choice but to bring his triplets, Eli, Emma, and Ethan, to the office for just 1 hour while he finished his shift and submitted his resignation letter. "Stay close. No running," Daniel whispered as they entered the silent, glass-walled headquarters after hours. The building was unusually quiet. As Daniel printed his resignation letter, the triplets wandered down the hallway, their tiny footsteps echoing against marble floors. That's when they heard something unexpected. Crying. Soft. Broken. Alone. The sound was coming from the executive wing. Curious and concerned, the children followed it to the slightly open door of the CEO's private office. Inside, sitting by the massive window overlooking the city skyline, was Victoria Harlow herself. The billionaire. Crying. Her heels were kicked off. Her phone lay on the desk, screen cracked. In her hand was a photo frame. Emma gently pushed the door open. "Miss, are you okay?" she asked innocently. Victoria quickly wiped her tears, startled. "You're not supposed to be here." Eli stepped forward. "Our daddy says crying helps when your heart feels too full." Victoria froze. It had been years since anyone had spoken to her like that, without fear, without an agenda. Ethan pointed to the photo in her hand. "Is that your mommy?" Victoria's voice trembled. "No, it's my daughter." She hadn't seen her in months. Between mergers, lawsuits, and global expansion, Victoria had sacrificed everything, including her family. That evening, her daughter had called her crying, saying she didn't want a CEO mom. She wanted just a mom. And for the first time, Victoria felt the weight of her choices. Daniel rushed in, panic-stricken. "I'm so sorry. They weren't supposed to." But he stopped when he saw the scene. Victoria sitting on the floor. His triplets hugging her. "It's okay," Victoria whispered. For the first time in years, she wasn't the billionaire CEO. She was just a mother who missed her child. Daniel quietly folded the resignation letter in his hand. "Being a parent is the hardest job in the world," he said gently. "But it's also the one that matters most." Victoria looked at him differently now, not as an employee, but as a father doing everything he could. The next morning, Daniel was called into her office. Instead of accepting his resignation, Victoria offered him a new position, Director of Family Support Initiatives, a role focused on creating flexible schedules, on-site childcare, and parental wellness programs for all employees. "I built a company," she said softly. "But you reminded me how to rebuild a family." Months later, Harlow Global Industries became known not just for innovation, but for heart. And Daniel? He didn't quit that night. Because sometimes, the people who seem the strongest are just waiting for someone small enough to knock on their door and ask, "Are you okay, Blue Heart?"